Hello and welcome to today's Useful AI Hacks AI News Roundup. We have an exciting lineup of stories that highlight the latest advancements and discussions in the world of artificial intelligence. From groundbreaking investments to intriguing AI behaviors, let's dive into the top 5 most impactful AI news stories of the week. Our first story takes us to the heart of Texas, where OpenAI has secured a whopping $11.6 billion to expand its data center operations. This move reduces reliance on Microsoft and aims to bolster OpenAI's infrastructure and autonomy in AI innovation.
It's time for Yahoo Finance's Market Minute. Markets on a roller coaster ride here amid renewed trade tensions with China. Major averages taking a leg lower on a Bloomberg report. The Trump administration is looking to broaden restrictions on China's tech sector. This is coming after Trump said earlier that China had violated its trade agreement with the U.S. American Eagle reporting disappointing first quarter results. The company swung to a loss and said revenue fell 5% from a year ago. American Eagle had already pulled its full-year guidance amid trade uncertainty. And Unity Software getting an upgrade to buy from hold at Jefferies. The analyst citing an improved vector ad model that he expects to drive revenue growth through full year 2026 and beyond. And that's your Yahoo Finance Market Minute. For more on what's trending on Yahoo Finance, scan the QR code below to track the best and worst performing stocks of the session.
Next, Anthropic has achieved $3 billion in annualized revenue, driven by strong business demand for AI solutions. The surge underscores AI's growing economic importance and its role in driving corporate efficiency.
Cutting-edge AI tool developed in Kenya is offering the deaf community a new way to communicate. People like Charity Eshanali, who often has to resort to lip reading or writing notes when someone doesn't know sign language. The app Terp360 translates speech and text into Kenya's sign language using this 3D avatar. Developed by tech startup Signverse, it uses motion capture and AI to provide real-time sign language interpretation. CEO Eli Savatia.
Imagine a deaf girl going to a medical setting, perhaps has consultation, reproductive health. Sensitive information is involved. The doctor is perhaps not culturally sensitive enough to serve them. They don't have access to a sign language interpreter. And such kind of situations really necessitate that we do need to have tools. We do need to have access to, if not sign language interpretation.
Eshanali told Reuters that the technology has helped significantly because normally learning sign language in Kenya is expensive. But now this app provides an easy route for people who want to learn, with users able to watch the signing in real time. According to the National Association of the Deaf, 2.75 million people in Kenya are hard of hearing, and access to sign language interpretation remains limited. Although Kenya's sign language is officially recognized in the Constitution, interpreters are in short supply, especially in medical, legal, and educational settings. Savatia said that the app is being developed to use different dialects, with aims to replicate their approach for other regions and countries.
In a surprising development, OpenAI's most advanced AI model was explicitly told to shut down, and it refused. This raises critical questions about AI autonomy, control, and the need for robust governance frameworks.
A new artificial intelligence-based computer program called the Ramanujan machine could help reveal hidden relationships between numbers. The machine, named after the iconic Indian mathematician Srinivasa Ramanujan, enables the discovery of new mathematical propositions called conjectures that have a good chance of being true. The AI program scans a huge range of possible mathematical formulas, looking for patterns that might hint at new formulas for mathematical constants. Constants are numbers, like pi, that always have the same value and can be used across multiple equations. The Ramanujan machine has uncovered more than 100 intriguing conjectures so far. Some, like these two showing a way to express the constants e and pi, have been proved. Most are still awaiting proof. This conjecture has to do with the Riemann zeta function, evaluated at the number 3. The Riemann zeta function is at the center of what is considered by many to be the biggest unsolved problem in mathematics, the Riemann hypothesis, which offers a $1 million prize for whoever solves it. The algorithm's new conjectures are on RamanujanMachine.com, where anyone can take a stab at proving whether they are true, and thus turning the conjectures into brand new mathematical theorems.
DeepSeek has unveiled the R1 model, capable of running on a single GPU. This breakthrough could democratize access to advanced AI capabilities, making powerful tools available without massive infrastructure costs. Finally, Apple prepares for its developer event amid criticism that it trails in AI leadership. Will the upcoming announcements close the gap with competitors? We'll find out soon.
Well, they missed the boat.
But how? I mean, I don't understand. Yeah.
Well, clearly there was philosophical disagreement and philosophical disinterest in the topic of artificial intelligence. I write about how Craig Federighi, Apple's senior VP of software engineering, doesn't really believe in these multi-billion-dollar projects. He tends to try to shut down or steer away from projects of that sort, and AI is something of that nature. AI is quite a bit messy. They're known for their very intricate and well-designed user experiences. AI, sometimes with hallucinations, can take away from that, but I think they didn't think it was going to be as big of a thing as it became today. A lot of it fell on deaf ears years ago, I'm told. But really, this is a company that's known for updating their operating systems once a year. It's known as a company that focuses on the minutia, and they missed the big picture here with artificial intelligence, and it really is a shame. You know, the big picture here isn't the AI capabilities of its devices today. The big picture today is the AI capability of future hardware. If you don't have the core technology, the AI ready to go at a deep level, how are you going to develop products like humanoid robots, smart glasses, watches and AirPods with depth sensing cameras for AI purposes? Can't do any of that if you don't have that technology. So they need to seriously turn this thing around quickly, or they're going to be in big trouble. This is as core a technology as the touchscreen.
Wow.
I mean, first of all, how many words is this story, dude?
6,000.
Yeah, this is a long,
Whoa.
well, in-depth story, folks. So if you want to get smart on AI and Apple, you got to read the story. It's in the Bloomberg Business Week. It's on the terminal. I'm sure it's everywhere else as well. Mark, what can they do? If I'm an investor, that's the only question I have for Tim Cook. Can you guys catch up and get some of that AI pixie dust in your stock?
Yes, they need to make acquisitions, and they need to up the percentage of that R&D budget tied to AI. They need to up that percentage. They need to allocate more of their hires to AI as well. So they need to go big or go home on this. And I think...
Do they know that, do you think?
Yeah, of course they know that.
Okay.
How do they go big?
You got to spend more money. AI is really one of the only things that you can buy your way into when it comes to this technology, right? You can buy your way into it. You just need to throw billions and billions at AI training. They need to make probably some tweaks to their privacy policy, right? They have so many devices. They have more devices than anyone else as a single brand of a hardware company, of any company in the entire world, in the history of the world. But they don't leverage that because of their privacy stance. So maybe make some tweaks there to be able to collect some more data. Maybe figure out a way to convince people to give up some of their data for this purpose. And I think that could go a long way for them. So spending money, collecting more data.
Is there somebody out there that they could buy, should buy, that would leapfrog them, do you think?
They hate doing that though, right?
Well, the problem is this philosophical disgust, I would say, to making these large acquisitions. If I told you, I mean, you know this is true, so maybe you're not a good example, but if I said to someone who didn't know the company as well as you two, would you believe me if I told you that Apple's biggest acquisition in the history of the company was $3 billion?
I actually believe that.
Well, you believe that because you know that. But I think if you ask people who didn't know that, that would be completely unbelievable. They make these small acquisitions. And in addition to not wanting to spend big bucks on a company, they're really poor at integrating companies. The Beats integration, integrating all those engineers into the company, disaster. Intel, they bought the modem unit for $1 billion back in 19, disaster. What is it going to feel as an AI person at Apple today if the company buys your replacement to bring them in? It's not going to be fun. There's enough turf wars as it is at Apple. So
So if they do then have to do it internally, they've still not done well at that.
They've got to do both. They got to make the acquisition. They got to just deal with that. They got to make their biggest acquisition ever, and it has to be for AI, maybe multiple acquisitions. They have to turn things up a notch internally as well. They're going to be making changes. I mean, there's so many philosophical disagreements. The biggest is about chatbots when it comes to AI. They are allergic to AI chatbots. They don't like the technology. They don't think OpenAI has staying power. So yes, I know.
I made a face when he said that, by the way. Okay.
You're going to see deeper integrations with other companies. You're going to see Google Gemini integration. I think next year you'll see Perplexity integration, maybe some Anthropic integration, maybe some Microsoft integration, but they're going to keep pushing, and this is going to be a multi-year thing. The biggest problem is they were caught off guard when this happened, so they had no head start on this. They're coming way from behind.
That's a wrap for today's useful AI hacks, daily AI news highlights. From massive investments to ethical debates and technical innovations, AI continues to shape our world.
How do you personally grapple with the pace of it all?
We are definitely doing something unprecedented. I believe AI will help dramatically accelerate the pace of science and human discovery and our understanding of what's possible.
Thanks for watching. We couldn't do it without you. Stay curious and informed, and we'll see you tomorrow with another useful AI hacks AI industry roundup.
Mind-blowing. What I saw rising from the red dirt